This is the Meerkat in with the stock market weekend review, good through Sunday, November the 8th, 2015. Well, I'm in for Des here again. He's out of town on business, so let's look at the numbers for today, then we'll look at the daily chart, see how the day fits into the sequence of other candles, and then let's look at the weekly chart, take a broader view of the markets. So first of all, let's start with the numbers for today. We had the mixed day here. We had the SPY down just 0.04, basically break even. However, the Dow went up plus 0.28, and the Qs are up just slightly, 0.07, with the small caps up 0.74, leading the way up. But look at Bank. Kaboom! This is the second day in a row. Kaboom! They had a big week in banks at plus 2.5%. And the VIX was down again 0.72, down to 14.35. Yes, folks, it is now getting back to normal here in that area. And then we got the silver just got smashed, down 1.5%. Gold down 1.2%. Oil down another 1.3%. As the oil continues to rise up to a new high since April, and it's up to 0.78 today alone. And the trend trade is not on over this weekend. So let's take a look here at the chart, the daily chart, now that we've got the numbers from today. And this is the SPY. We've been in a rising wedge, and yesterday we closed just below this lower trend line, right at the 110 area on the SPY, which is the 2100 line on the SPX index. And then today, we were down just slightly, and most of the time we were below that line. Again, this is the 51st day this year we have crossed this 210 line or the 2100 line on the SPX. Major line of support and resistance. The daily chart here on the DIA or for the Dow, and again, rising wedge. Yesterday it closed right at it. Today it's just going sideways. It's broken that lower trend line. Again, right up here to this 180 major resistance and support line from before. Not quite up back to its original highs. The most bullish one here this last couple of weeks has been the NASDAQ. The QQQ here, a boom, and now look at that. It's up above this all-time highs from before. It's just the last couple of days just been kind of flirting down here, and it's kind of break even today. Small caps, which have been the most bearish here on the IWM, which is for the Russell 2000 ETF, and it never did recover way back up here like the rest of the markets have. So it has been struggling, and it finally broke out this week and is now even above the upper trend line of this rising wedge, which is a bearish formation. That's good news, and it's above the 100 moving average. Still has the 200 overhead, and it's got a long way to reach up here to get back up to its all-time highs. Let's take a look here at Bank. Kaboom! Look at that. Kaboom! The last 2 days. And just remember the axiom, we cannot go up and we cannot go down without the banks. And now we got the banks leading the way up. That is more bullish than bearish. All right, let's switch over to the weekly charts. And this is the weekly chart for the SPY. We are also in a rising wedge. Now this might look weird, but this is the proper way to draw that lower line. We do it from the lowest closes. Look at that. That's the lowest close. And the lowest, that's the lowest close right there on that line. Wow. So anyway, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up weeks in a row. That's good news and bad news. We could be near the end of the run. These normal legs run 4 to 6 candles on average. Then we've got the DIA here. And the Dow too, after breaking out of this symmetrical triangle on the weekly chart. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row to the upside. And then we have the Qs. That is the NASDAQ here, the ETF, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks up straight in a row. And new all-time highs up here. This is good news. Then they got the small cap Russell here on the weekly chart. And you can clearly see this was that ascending triangle on the weekly chart. It could not break above the 116. kaboom, up the most this week, by the way. The Russell was up 3.2%, leading all markets up this week. The Nasdaq was up 2.7%, and the S&P was only up 0.8% for the week. So definitely more bullish here right now, even though it has the 50 moving average right overhead here, and it's got a long ways to go to get back up to its highs. Let's take a look at the sectors for this particular week. Let's go to finviz.com again. We just recommend it because we use it. That's all. You don't get anything for this. So here's the sector. This is just for the day. You can see financials were up today, but look at utilities. Bam! And for the week, this is one I wanted to look at for the week. Financials leading the way up. They're the strongest. Again, we can't go anywhere without them. That's more bullish than bearish. And utilities tend to be more the conservative, and they were down 3%. So really got cremated here this week, while the financials were very, very strong. And then if we go back for the month here, so the last 30 days here, the technology leading the way up, and the financials are in the upper part of that, and utilities again on the low side. So we do have the more volatile ones, which tend to say that we are in a more bullish market, expanding instead of contracting. If you find these videos helpful, I also do a video on a trade that I do in the Grok trading room. Now it happens to be a day trade, but right here in the videos on the free online trading education site, from the videos, here's the daily one, but over here is one that I do. I do usually 2 a week on some trade that I've had. Now, there's a lesson in here no matter what time frame that you trade, so I just recommend you go there. If you don't do it from the site, but you go to the YouTube site, you can just go to Grok Trade on YouTube. Here's our site there, and it shows our videos as they're posted here, but you can also go back over this way. So here's another one of my day trading videos, and here's another one here. I tell you about a trade that I did, why I got in, how I managed it during the trade, and why I got out. And I show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I always have a lesson included with that. So that's a resource for you to use. And if you'd like to learn to trade better, go to Free Online Trading Education, and right here on the front page, down below here, you can sign up for 6 free videos on just the basics about trading. And then that can lead you to our 201 course, which gives you the basics of how to trade, and which could lead you to a third step and the most important one, and that's our 301 mentoring course. If you want to know more about that, you can go here to Trading Education. Grok Trade Education right there. You got the 101 course, the free one, the 201 course, and then the mentoring. If you're interested at all, we do have one coming up next weekend online. And if you'd like any more information about it, you can read all about it on this page. Fill out this form, hit submit. Carolina will give you a call and just interview you to see if it's appropriate for you to be in our mentoring program. And perhaps it would be a real benefit to you in your trading. So this week we continued our run up in a bullish market here, last 6 weeks in a row. Are we at the end of that run, or are we just getting ready to high base a little bit and taking a rest before we go up some more? Time will tell. This is the Meerkat. Meerkat trading rule number 1. Protect your capital. Capital preservation is key. You always, always, always trade with a stop. Trade well.